afternoon. Assalamu alaikum. So, this conference is about global neurosurgery, and the session is so too. But fortunately or unfortunately, I am chair of surgery at AKU, so I'm not as focused as this session or this conference is. But still, it should give some perspective. So it's more about global surgery. So just to give you a little background, AKU, the mission of AKU has been community medicine when it was formed. And that has been the strong point of AKU from the start. Jack Bryant was one of the first persons who started the community health sciences over there. These are some of the news items that are just for 2019. So whether it is a vaccine or whether it is using the cell phone for vaccination, whether it's midwifery, whether it's malaria eradication, they're all issues, nutrition, neonatal health, and everything. This is all 2019, and that's just only part of it. It's all on the website. And so we have been doing a lot in the past several years. Initially, it started with a very strong community health sciences, then it went more into specialization, but then now the push is again towards the global health perspective. We do have a very strong community health sciences department now. Samin Siddiqui is heading that. In the pediatrics that has taken the lead in community health, Zulfikar Bhutta and Anita Zaidi, those are the two persons who are well known all across the world actually. The global aspect, the global health aspect of surgery was not really highlighted so much in our work. And it all started actually with Dr. Zulfikar Bhutta talking to us, and we published this thing, Unmet Need for Surgery in South Asia. And that's where things started in global surgery also. The setup of AKU is ideal for this purpose. We have small centers all across the country, and then we have primary health centers, and first level centers are also involved somehow. Eventually, we have the tertiary center, which is the main AKU. If you look at this, the footprint of AKU is significant. Do we have that? Okay. So there was another point. So if you look at it, there are 451 health centers, of which 13 comprehensive healthcare centers. There are 11 secondary and 4 tertiary care centers. And probably it covers about 777,000 population in Pakistan. And by leveraging synergies in AKDN and with national and international organizations, AKU is really ideally positioned to do things. And the footprint of AKU is beyond Pakistan. So you can look at it. This is, it moved. Oh, for some reason the format changed. So this thing was over here in Karachi. This was in Chitral. So we have presence in Afghanistan, presence in up north areas, in Karachi, in Kenya, in Uganda, in Tanzania, in UK. For some reason the format changed. And there's a University of Central Asia is involving Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan, and so those 3 places over there have moved over here. But this is the UCA over here, University of Central Asia over here, and more than that footprint, we have actually a setup of looking at the population studies. So in Matiari, for example, and in Thatta region, we have registered population of about 2 million that is being tracked. And that's a wonderful source for doing some epidemiological and public health studies. This is one of the pictures from Matiari that we visited. AKU got involved in disaster management as well after the earthquake in 2005. And then AKU has tried to build up the disaster preparedness and training, especially joining hands with our Army colleagues. So I wanted to move towards the global surgery, and I think the first thing that made sense was to actually have a conference on global surgery, which was done earlier this year. And it was like a perfect storm coming together. The chairman of board of trustees, Dr. Hallie Dibas, who is the father of global surgery, he was also the ex-chancellor of UCSF and dean of UCSF. He was very interested in that. And now the dean is also someone who is interested in global surgery. He comes from Brigham and Women. Dr. Hallie Dibas, with his efforts, we have this Global Health and Clinical Sciences building in UCSF, and he has made a big difference to the extent that actually there's a gateway in UCSF in his name. So anyway, with that conference, we were able to come up with some recommendations, and there are a whole list of it, which is available. Uh, I don't have time to discuss that. We particularly focused on what is the challenge in our environment. So based on those challenges, we came up with some resolution, which is a start to, which is a starting point for us. We were able to publish a new supplement in JPMA. There are some articles are very good, some are okay, but still it gives you a good flavor of the landscape of in Pakistan, which requires a good global surgical input. I do intend to continue these things. So the next conference in next year is on trauma, and that is based on disaster management. One of the best things that happened with the Global Surgical Conference was that I was able to bring up this AQ Center for Global Surgical Care. It required a lot of work, and finally the board of directors of AQ have approved it. So we have just launched it, and this is going to bring, so the word is not Center for Global Surgery, it's a global surgical care, because we are going to bring the anesthesiologists, the obs and gynae, the nursing care, the community health sciences, the primary care, and all different areas together in there, with the surgery as the main lead in that one. So that's the concept behind it. And all that grid that Key Park showed, those are the things that we have in our plan, but that may take a few years. But we want to start with some small steps. And those small steps are, number one, to start some research on the global aspects of different areas that comes under global surgical care, as well as start some training programs. So the plan is to start mini fellowships in this area, as well as induct the global surgery training as part of general surgery residency program. So we are working on that one as well. For my interest, the first project that I want to start with is the global surgical, global neuro-oncology, and that completes a circle for me. Thank you very much.